Hey everyone, Joe here. It's been a while. I have a decent haul here from different eBay, local shops, and whatnot. But just a quick comment on the state of the comic market right now as I see it. I've been selling on eBay and Craigslist for years. Um, and about I bet it might be almost 6 months now. I've had a listing on Craigslist for just saying that I have 5 long boxes of comics, not listing any prices, just saying come look at them. In the past, I used to get people they would buy the whole thing or really go through them. I've only had like 3 people even inquire about it, and one person come out and look, and he bought one $2 book because all he was looking for were keys. So, and even on eBay, things are not selling very quickly. I sold just 2 days ago some Boondock Saints comics, which they're not easy to find if you want to find them, but I wouldn't say they're rare. And they sold for I think $30, and there were $5 books to start with, or $3.99, $4.99. So pretty much right at cover, 12 years later, 15 years later. So it just seems like everybody is looking for keys and keys only. Nobody's really interested in reading comics, just collecting keys. That's the way I see it. And it just hit me the other day. We have these collections, and when I say our comics may not be worth what we think they're worth, when we buy a magazine and you read it and you throw it away, you got your money's worth out of it because you read it and you got the content out of it that you paid for. Same with anything you pay for online, you pay for the content. For some reason, I don't think we think of comics that way. I know I really didn't. You pay $4 for a comic, you want to get $4 worth of enjoyment out of that comic. And if you do, and you have to give that comic away for 25 cents, you're not really losing anything because you got your money's worth out of it. It's just one way to think. I know we all I'm going to show a couple comics here that I buy just as a collectible, just for the cover, just for other reasons. And for that, again, if I get $4 of enjoyment out of looking at the cover, then I got my money's worth out of it. But I know we all want to get our money back for our comics plus some, and maybe that's what this new breed of collectors are doing, and it's really more kind of investment and has leapfrogged comic, the love of comics, I guess we could say. Anyway, that's just whatever. So let's get to this haul here. First, I have a pretty decent Vampirella collection. So whenever I find the Virgin covers, even current issues, and if I can find them at cover or $1 or $2 more, I do pick them up. So these two I bought on eBay. I paid $2 for one and I think $5 for the other. And the only reason I got them is I was getting some other books, and the guy did not charge any additional postage for up to like 7 books or something, 10 books. So anyway, here's what we have. This is Vampirella Volume 2, number 8, and this is a 1 in 25 variant. Trying to get it without the glare. Let's see here. There we go. Nice cover. This one here I also got. This is a 1 in 75 variant, and that's what I'm talking about. I paid $5 for this. This is a 1 in 25. I paid $2 for it. 1 in 75, and I paid $5 for it. This is from Volume 1. I believe this is number 3. So I like this cover. Actually, I ended up that I had this cover because I was collecting the series when it was coming out, but it had the trade dress on it. So I do like the Virgin covers better. And the reason I picked those up was because I wanted this book. This is a Bruce Timm cover. and I had just became aware of it, and I went on my comic shop, and they wanted $25 for this, and I picked this up. The seller was selling this and the entire series for $4. So, and that's why I picked up the Vampirellas also. So I got this, and then the rest of the series, which I don't really want. These will go on my for sale bin. Number 2, I think, or that's number 3. I don't know what numbers these are, but there's another one and this one. So it was a 4-part series. I got all 4 for $4. And this is the one I really wanted. I would have paid $4 just for, I would have paid $10 just for this one. So I got all 4 of these and these 2 for $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $11 plus postage. So not a bad deal. This one I got at a show, a local show, and I think he wanted $25 for it. This is the second appearance of Echo. I have the first and I have the third. So I picked this up. He wanted 25, I believe, and I think I ended up paying 10. I think it was $10 that I paid for this. This is a funny, well, not funny, but I guess the big issue here, the first Echo was issue 9. When this series came out, I collected it up until issue 8. I stopped right before 9. So I do have it now, and this is another book I picked up at the same show. This is the first Damian Wayne as Batman, and it's good. Like, these 2 were on my want list, so it's always nice to go to a show and pick up books that are on your want list and not just other random crap that you don't need, which I did also, but it's nice to get books off your want list. Here's a couple current Vampirellas they picked up. And again, I got these for pretty much cover price, if not maybe $1 more. This is a 1 in 10 variant, and this is Vampirella Dark Reflections. This cover I love. Carla Cohen, I love her artwork, and this is Vampirella 670, and this is a 1 in 25 variant, and love that cover. This I picked up at the show. Again, it might have been $1, maybe $2. And again, just picking it up for the Vampirella collection. Here's one more. This is a 1 in 20 variant, and this is Vampirella 672. Here's a book. I actually pre-ordered this book, but not the virgin cover. This is Sweetie Candy Vigilante, Volume 2, Number 5. This is the 1 in 10 variant. I do have this because, again, I pre-ordered it with the trade dress. So I do have this with the trade dress on it for sale at cover price, which I think was $3.99 or $4.99 either. But love the copper tone covers. I have another one on order from a different series. Yeah, just love the cover. This just came out also, like I believe this month or last month. Here's some Spider-Mans that I picked up at the show, trying to fill out my run in the hundreds. So these are mid-grade, 6 to 8 probably closer to 8. And these books used to be affordable, like everything else, but now they are getting a little pricey, even the non-key, just lower number Spider-Mans. Another one, $1.90. This I picked up at the show, Adam Hughes cover. That was $1 or $2. Picked this up at the show. This was $1. And I thought this was older. It's from 1972, which I guess now is old. But and I graded it as a 6.0, a fine, which is nice. Again, I have a decent Walt Disney collection. And when I was flipping through this, I noticed that there was a Mark Jewelers ad in here, a page. So it's cool to get a Mark Jewelers variant for $1. and they probably ended right around 1972, 73, because I believe they were inserted for men over at war to order rings for their girls back at home, and Vietnam ended in 73, I believe. So this was 1972 with a Mark Jewelers variant. Another one from the show, Dollar Book, a J. Scott Campbell cover, Gen 13. Another one from the show. This is a very undervalued book, I believe. I mean, there may be a million of them out there. Maybe that's why. But this is the first appearance of Witchblade. I do not believe she's in the story. It's just a pin-up at the end of the comic. She's in there, but I believe it is considered the first appearance of Witchblade, and I got this for $1. And I think it's fairly easy to find this in dollar bins. This book I got off eBay. This is from 1946, and I saw it on eBay, and it was only listed for $1 or so. So I put a bid in, and because shipping I think was only $5 on it or something. So I figured if I could get a 1946 comic that looks to be in pretty decent shape, and I graded this as a 5.0 to 5.5. For a couple bucks, I'm all in on that. So I was out for a walk one day, and I got a notice on my phone that the auction was ending. So normally I like to be home on my computer and put a bid in at the last second. So while I'm out walking, I really can't do that. So I let it go down somewhere under a minute and put a bid in. You know what? I don't even remember. It might have been $15. It might have been 20, somewhere in between 15 and 20, and ended up winning for around the $20 mark plus postage, which I think was $5 or so. But still not bad for $20 to get a book from 1946 in mid-grade. And what I do on these type of comics is I photocopy the back cover, and then I put it on the back of the board. That way, when you look at it, you can still enjoy the back cover without having to take it out. Books this old get pretty frail. You want to handle it as little as possible. So take a photocopy, put it on the back, and that way you have both. Next book is a book that was on my want list for a while, and it came up for sale on eBay. I missed out on it a few times, and I did not want to pay more than, first of all, I wanted one in really good condition. It had to have the centerfold, it had to have the subscription cards, and it had to have the survey cards all intact. This one checked all those boxes. It looked like it was in great shape. And it was a buy it now. I think he wanted $90. I know he wanted $80. And I was going to go on and put a lower bid in because it was a best offer, but I didn't want to lose it for $10. If he would have come back and said, I think it was 90 actually, and then he would have come back and said, 85, and for $5 I'm going to take a chance of losing out. So I bought it now, and it came this week. It was actually delayed, one of these deals where the postage was, the tracking number was put up, but then it wasn't put in the mail for like 5 days, and apparently he had a issue and had to go out of town or whatever. I know we hear that a lot. Maybe I do believe that this was the case in here, but the book came and I was shocked. It's like it was never touched. The gloss is beautiful. There are no spine ticks, no dog ears anywhere. Inside is beautiful, perfect, smells like it just came off the rack. I am really happy with this. This would grade as at least a 9.4, if not 9.6, 9.8, easy, because there's not a single issue I could find with it. It is beautiful. It's so shiny. And when I got it, I had to take a double look to make sure I didn't get like a reprint, um, because it is in such, it's like it was never touched. So really happy. Some books you just have to pay what you need to pay if you want it. Because if I put a bid in and then I lost out for $5, I would have kicked myself. So this book in 9.8 as a CGC is a $300 to $400 book. So yeah, I'm not sending it in to get graded. I would never send anything into CGC anymore. I'll buy CGC graded books, as you'll see coming up, but I would never send anything in, for fear that they're going to damage it, as they have some of my books in the past. So I will wait for, who is it, PSA? I'm pretty excited for them, to give them a chance, but CGC, no way. So there you go. And now I have 2 graded books. This one came out of nowhere. I saw it listed. I think My Comic Shop had it. They had a 7.5, and they wanted like $110. And then once you're aware of a book, then you start to see it. And then I saw it from Collector Comics on YouTube here, and they had it on eBay for $169. I sent them a message saying, "Hey, not through eBay, but through their own website. Do you take offers?" Which they did, and I ended up getting it for $150 plus shipping, which they also reduced. So it was nice working with them. They did a good job, packaged it fantastic, sent it right out, and there's not many of these graded. Not many in high grade. 8.5 is one of the higher grades, or are higher, but this is one of the higher. I believe the total census is under 100, if not like a lot under. But pretty cool book to own. And again, now that I got it, I see another raw copy for sale. I see another graded copy for sale. I'm almost tempted to get a raw copy, but the one that I saw has a little dog ear, so it's not going to grade much higher. But cool book to have, I think. And who knows, maybe it'll explode one day. And then this book here, and I think I had this book when it first came out. I cannot believe it's from 2007 and that it's that old already. But my kids really aren't, not really, they totally aren't into comics, and I have this huge collection that's going to be theirs one day. So they are My Chemical Romance fans, and this is written by Gerard Way, if I pronounce his first name correctly, from the band. So this one I did put in a best offer. I think he wanted 95, and I put in an offer of 80, and he took it. I actually put the offer in because eBay sent me a 20% discount code, which at this price would have been 10%. And then when I went to use it, apparently I can only use it if I had some ally service, which is like PayPal. So that was in the fine print. It was kind of a scam by eBay, but that's the reason why I would have bid probably 75 if I knew I didn't have a discount code. But again, cool book. It's I think 9.8. The fair market value is 100 or 95, 110, something like that. So I did get it for under fair market value, and I think it's a cool book to own. So there you go. That's the haul, and I'm sure I won't make another video for a while again. Hopefully this one gets seen by some people and enjoyed. So have a nice Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next time. Take care.